Hey everyone, my name is Diana, and I am a part of a group that advocates for destigmatizing mental health in immigrant households. This is a part two of a conversation I had with Dom and Angie, and we'll continue talking about the challenges that we face as being a part of the LGBTQ plus community. Cool, so we're just gonna keep on a roll because we were on a roll before, we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna go with the first question that we have written down here for y'all, which is, do people treat you differently when they find out that you're part of the LGBT plus community? What have been some of the obstacles that you have faced? Okay, I'll go first. All right, so do people treat me differently? Yes. I want to say to some extent, like I definitely notice like the switch up in people's character when they find out like I am pansexual, which is like for no reason in my opinion, because I have a girlfriend, so it's like it's not like I'm gonna hit on you or anything. But I don't know, I feel like I haven't faced explicit like discrimination or homophobia like outside of my family. But it isn't the best when you peep your friends, your so-called friends, like slowly pushing you away after they find out, or like just a tiny switch up in body language when they find out that you are alphabet gang. It's definitely one of my least favorite experiences.
I think one of the earliest experiences I had was being in like a sleepover program, and I was hanging out with a bunch of girls. And I finally felt like, oh my God, I found friends. And then we were all changing into pajamas, and this one girl made it her mission to go around and ask, nobody's gay here, right? Like nobody likes girls. Mind you, we were like, what, 15? And obviously I was in the bathroom, I was brushing my teeth, and I suddenly felt like I had this huge sign on my forehead that just said, I'm gay. And I was like, oh no, I just like men. And it just sucked. And there's still that hesitancy, like when you come out to someone, like I make sure to do my research, like drop in random hints, like, oh, like this, like, do you support, or like I read this article, and then just gauge their reactions. And I'm pretty sure it's like a trauma response, but like it's a safety measure.
Yeah, I definitely know where you're coming from, and that sucks. That sounds like a really bad experience.
I'm gonna give a two-parter. When I
Go
was
off.
when I was 13, so like 8th grade, this is when MySpace was like really popping at the time. So MySpace days, your profile said if you were straight, bi, and I was at my friend's house, and his older brother was there, and he was looking at my MySpace, and he saw that it said bi, and he got it weirded out, and was like, okay. Seconds prior, you thought I was straight, you were cool, and then like you find out I like men and women, and you're like, oh, and you switch it up. But now that I'm older, and the fact that I'm married to a man, it's just so like I just straight up tell anybody. I just tell people like, yeah, I'm queer. I'm married to a man, and take it how you want it, and like that's it. So I think as you get older, you do get more confident with yourself with telling people, and I guess people's reactions don't affect me.
So to follow up with that, have you guys, I mean, I know you guys just explained your experiences, and I don't know if you guys would feel comfortable, but do you guys want to talk a little bit about like some bad experience? The sleepover made you feel like you had to be really careful about who you mentioned it to. And Dom, you're like on the other side, now that you're married, you're like, I don't care who I tell. Is there like anything that you guys are like, I guess, cautious about now?
Not really. I'm not cautious anymore, because it is part of everyday life now. So it's like you can't. That's like hiding being Latinx or being Black or being Asian. Like you can't hide it. Like it is a huge part of who I am. So no, I just let it out. But it's the same thing with being heterosexual, right? If we were heterosexual, you don't tell the world like I'm straight, I love the opposite gender. So I don't do the same thing about being pansexual either. I just like if you're my friend, you'll tell you. If you ask me, I'll tell you. Like, so it's very just like cool, calm, collective with me.
I think similarly, it's very like I'm not walking around with a bi flag, but I'm not hiding it, right? I'm no longer like in the closet or anything. If it comes up, I'm much more like assured, like, okay. And I think it also helps like having a support system or knowing your resources, just to have that feeling of safety too.
Yeah, I see what you guys mean. Do you think your experience was different regarding mental health compared to someone who doesn't share your identity? Like, for example, in regards to like you versus a hetero person.
My teen years, like we had like maybe one gay character in a show, but like out of like every 20 shows, you get one gay character. So it was really hard. The fact that I'm spiritual and not religious now also makes me feel more reassured that I'm okay. Like everything's gonna be okay.
I don't know about you, but when I would go to the mall and I would have to like buy bras because I had breasts, I would feel so embarrassed looking at like the models, like it was like a sin or like illegal because I knew I liked women. And then I realized that there was like actual LGBTQ like positive representation and not just targeting us as like she will steal your girlfriend or like she wants to get with her best friend.
My Instagram feed is honestly like, I'm so happy with I mean, obviously the algorithm or whatever, like it makes it for you. But like my Instagram feed, it shows me like a lot of transgendered people. It shows me a lot of like queer people, a lot of like WLW like stuff. And I'm just like, yo, I love this. I love to see it. I love to see like trans people thriving. I love to see queer people thriving. And obviously my algorithm makes it like that for me. But that's besides the point, because I feel like, okay, so I mean, obviously I grew up in this generation. I've been having Instagram since it was like really, really new. I've been having Instagram for a couple of years now. And this is definitely not content that would have popped up like it does now a few years ago. You know what I mean? Like it's definitely like people are starting to feel more comfortable coming out. And maybe it's not even them feeling more comfortable. Maybe it's just them being like, well, I'm tired of hiding. And what I'm trying to say is I'm just happy because of that. And that makes me really happy when I see people thriving like that. So that's just all I wanted to add. Okay, so do you guys want to add something to that, or do you want to move on to the next question?
I'm gonna bounce off of that and make it, feel really cool that you said that. I was smiling really hard. If you can't see me, I was smiling really, really hard. Like the whole body positivity and sexual identity positivity, and now you see like queer Muslims and
Yes, the
trans,
representation is there now.
yeah, trans Christians, and like you finally, like, now it doesn't feel like going back to younger me who felt like it was a sin. It's like, why can't I love God and be who I am? It was an internal conflict that really like kept me up at night and made me feel like I wanted to die, and now like we have so much positivity. Can you imagine Supreme Court like having like two trans people and one of them being Muslim or an Asian queer person? And I want to see more of that. I want to see trans police. Like I want to see more like actual human beings that are just like all around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I agree with that 100%. And I'm going to go off on like a little tangent with that. I just want to, can we talk about for a second? Have y'all seen the music video for Montero by Lil Nas X?
I
Like,
love
Call
him.
Me by Your Name.
That's
Oh my
That's my
gosh. Oh my gosh, bro, he killed that. I've
Yes,
been
he did.
listening to that nonstop lately. I know it came out a while ago, but I'm still listening to it nonstop. It's so good. And it's just like, ever since like my dad found out about like me and my girlfriend, I'm just like, bro, like it is what it is. I'm happy. You should be happy for me. Like, I'm still gonna live my life. I don't care who it pisses off. Like, I don't care what Christians are pissed off, what conservative people are pissed off about it. That's it. That's my little rant. Do any of y'all want to add something or y'all want to move on?
Now I'm really happy. Like, I'm gonna jump on to Lil Nas X being the subject right now. Having that representation again, it's like so cool. Now, like the younger generation, because even though I'm almost 30, like I still bump to Lil Nas X. We bump to him all the time in my house, in the car. Like he's awesome. And me also like into songwriting and went to school for music. Like I really appreciate his lyricism, and he's got some like really, sexual, it's a very sexual song. I mean, the song is about getting with another person of the same gender. So
Yeah.
yeah, I really love that, and I think the youth really need that, to just be yourself, and the fact that you can make it and still be yourself.
And the thing I love most about it is how unapologetic he is about it. Like when he was getting so much backlash because of the music video, he was like, okay, and I love that. I love that for him. Oh, he's such an icon. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. All right. Anyways. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. So I think this might be our last question, guys. So go hard. Go as hard as you want to be with this question. What would you say to your younger self in regards to your mental health? Yeah, let it marinate. Take the time you need, guys.
I'm a quick marinator, I guess. Definitely, it's been on my mind a lot. So just breathe and surround yourself with good energy, good people. Being from Newark, New Jersey, and me being an artist and queer, it was too much, and I couldn't find that group. I've jumped from so many different things and trying to figure out who I am, but eventually I got there. So I would definitely tell my younger self, like, just breathe, everything will work out, and just keep aiming for the energy that you always want to be around, because that's the energy that's gonna push you further in all aspects of life.
I love that. Angie, do you want to go ahead?
Sure. I think I tell my younger self that your mental illnesses or mental obstacles, whatever it may be, doesn't define you, and that seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, and that even if your crazy Latino parents are thinking that, Latinos don't go to therapists, like that doesn't work, it's still good to at least try it out. And I think I'd ended off with just saying you're still deserving of love, even if you don't love yourself right now, because world pretty much sucks, and if you're not loving yourself, no one else is going to do it for you.
That is very sweet, and I love that. If I was gonna go ahead to answer the question, I would want to tell myself that everything is okay. Everything is okay then, like everything was okay then. Everything is okay now. There's no need to worry about the future. There's no need to worry about what you're gonna be like, because at the end of the day, it's you, and you're gonna be great. You're gonna be who you are, and some people may not like that, but the right people will, and that's all you need to worry about. That there are people like you out there. You belong here, just like everyone else. Sometimes it may not feel like that, but you are loved, honestly. And just be patient with yourself. Don't try to rush into things, because everything is going to work out the way it needs to. So just have a little faith in something beyond you.
I hear so much like support and reassurance that we would want to hear as our younger selves. And I think we didn't get that as kids because we had too many identities going on. And like we were constantly trying to find where we fit, that we kind of just lost our own like way. But yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like as a kid, I used to want to, I guess every kid at some point wants to just like fit into their friend group or whatever, fit into like what's going on around you. But the truth is, like, you're not gonna meet your soulmate friend at like in third grade and stay with them forever. Like that's just not how it works realistically. I mean, if it does for you, like go off. No one's judging you. No one's gonna say anything. Happy for you. But for the most part, like you're an individual and you're not meant to be a part of the herd. You're meant to be individual. You're meant to be yourself. And whatever that means to you, that's what you're meant to step into, right? Like you're not supposed to be following what your friends are doing or whatever, what Instagram is doing. Just do what makes you happy. As an adult now, like now I'm 21 and I'm still doing little things that younger Diana would love to do and just didn't do because I didn't have the chance to. Like I'm decorating I'm not home right now, but I'm decorating my dorm with like little stickers, little quotes. I got like flowers in my room. Like I'm doing little things that make me happy and would have made little Diana happy. And I feel like as an adult, it's really important for you to get back to what makes the inner child in you happy. And I will leave it at that. That's me.
Amen, dude.
All right, guys, with that, I think we're done with our part 2 of this podcast. So is there any last words that you guys want to say? Anything you want to add? Anything you want to throw out there, make known?
Shout out to y'all for listening. Who's ever listening, I hope this is healing. I hope this is enlightening and inspires you to do good things. Yeah, I think the youth need to hear it because you're gonna one day grow up and to just be happy because they have more representation and their voices are heard.
And you're not alone.
And you are loved, as always, even though you may not feel that right now, even though you're probably just watching this from your laptop or your phone, or you're just like listening to us on like Spotify or something. We care about you. Obviously, at some point we were you, right? So don't ever feel alone. We out here, and stay happy, my gente. Stay kind. Stay blessed. In today's episode, we learned that sometimes the way people treat us changes once they know about our identity, and we can sense that. We also learned that the mental health experiences of the LGBTQ plus folks tend to differ from someone who doesn't share that identity. And finally, we would like to tell our younger selves that everything will be okay and to not worry and to just be yourself, as cliche as that may sound. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention realizes that the experiences of the LGBTQ plus youth differ from those who are heterosexual and offer lots of resources for LGBTQ plus folks and for their parents, friends, and educator. Link will be in the description as always.